and then it turned out to be somewhat of a curse? Did you ever get into a situation where you thought it was going to be amazing and you thought it's too good to be true just for it to actually be too good to be true? Well, in this next letter today, guys, we're going to talk about somebody who thought being at a gym where he was super popular was going to be something that could help him get to a healthier self, and it has now kept him from getting to his healthier self. So let's get into it a little bit. I got a guy who wrote in, and he's from somewhat of a small town, right? So he was a high school star athlete in high school, went on to work in insurance and did pretty well for himself. So we stayed in his town and he didn't relocate, right? He's coached youth football, youth basketball. He sits on a few boards in the community, so he damn near knows everybody. So a big box gym opened up in his area a couple years back. He thought it would be amazing, so he joined the gym as well. Lo and behold, damn near everybody in the gym knows him. So it was really cool at first. He said every time he went, it was like a little reunion. He would see people he hadn't seen in a while, and it started to become a social thing for him. So as he got serious about his health and fitness, and he started taking his workouts really, really seriously, this started to be a distraction. So now he's going into the gym. He's wasting 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 30 minutes here. People are asking him random questions about sports, about youth sports, about business, all about topics that he doesn't really want to discuss because he's in the middle of his workout and he's trying to take it serious. So what he's struggling with is, because he's a figure in the community and he doesn't want to come off rude to anybody or be standoffish, he doesn't know how to interact with these people, but then keep a good flow, keep a good pump with his workout, because he has goals he's trying to reach. He's trying to take himself to the next level. So he contemplated leaving the gym, but it's the biggest one in his area. It's very close to his house. He feels as though if he changes gyms, that's going to change his focus. So what should he do in this situation? And he also asks, has anyone else been in this scenario that can lend him some advice, right? So obviously, guys, as we do, please get in the comments and give your advice, give your, opinions. What has happened when you came through this situation? Because all of us have gone to a gym where we either didn't know anyone, right? And we needed to get to know a few people, or we knew too many people and it became a distraction, right? So put your opinions in the chat for me. Now, I am your guy, Coach Mark. This is Transformation Station, and this is Lunchtime Logic. Now, when you come to Transformation Station, you are going to learn a couple things, but the main point that's going to run consistent with every video, every live, every short is bettering yourself in your health and wellness journey, okay? That is what my channel is about. So if you have anybody who's trying to better themselves with their health and wellness, please invite them to like, share, and subscribe, right? So I'm Coach Mark. This is Lunchtime Logic. We call it Lunchtime Logic because I go live at lunch. I also eat lunch. And why do I eat lunch when I talk to you guys? Because you will sometimes see fitness influencers like myself, and you will think, oh, he must eat 800 calories a day to be in that type of physique. Now, I am not in the best shape that I can be, guys. I'm working towards a goal. But guys like me, gals like me, that you feel like are better off than the average, right? We must be starving ourselves. But I get on here and eat with you guys to let you know that that is absolutely the opposite of what we do. There are times that I go on a cut, but it's for 14 to 21 days. The rest of the time, guys, the majority of the time, I'm eating 3-4 meals a day. Easy, all right? So today, I have a cup of black beans, 5 ounces of salmon, 3 ounces of canned tuna, and 5 ounces of lean ground turkey. So if you guys are paying attention to me at all, I normally have 3 protein sources and 1 source of carbs, right? A lot of people like to do a balanced meal each meal. I think that's great. Guys, what I suggest is that it's consistent. Where I see people have the most problems is when they're inconsistent, meaning this. The first meal of the day is heavy carbs, right? Little bit of protein. Then the second meal of the day is heavy protein, little bit of carbs. And the third meal of the day might be heavy carbs again, right? But that switches up every day. Tuesday, dinner was heavy carb. Thursday, it's heavy protein for dinner. So as long as it runs consistent, meaning your breakfast is one way, your lunch is one way, your dinner's the other way, and it's every day, that's consistency in itself. I like to coach people to have consistency with each meal if they can, meaning just your portions. It's not going to shake out to grams every time, guys. I mean, when we're talking about the exact grams in every plate, then we're talking about you you becoming an athlete probably, or prepping for some type of show. Most of you are not doing that. But consistency is key with this, man. Our body has to know what to look forward to. All right. So with me, I try to keep it pretty simple, guys. 2 to 3 sources of protein and 1 source of carbs. That works best for me. I'm an easy gainer, meaning I can look at a calorie surplus on a piece of paper and look at some heavier weights in the gym, and I'll put on 30 pounds. Okay. A lot of you don't have that issue. So you don't have to diminish your carbs like I do, but it works out for me. I stay pretty lean, and I'm able to stay at about 200 pounds. So let's get into this young man's issue today. I think his name is Andrew. When being popular at the gym is causing problems and he can't get through his workout. Now, well, I just start from the top. Popular guy, grew up in an area, stayed in that area, built his family, his career in that area. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. A couple years back, decided to better himself through health and wellness. So he joins a local gym. Now, guys, you have to understand something. Let me go back to this guy being a pillar in the community. When you sit on a few boards, when you coach youth sports, when you were a popular guy in high school, if your town is a little small, if you're a good guy, good human being, if you're an extrovert, right? People get used to you, they see you, they know you. What I've noticed about being popular is that when you're the popular extrovert, you know more people know you than you know people, if that makes sense. So when you walk in a room, there's 100 people. 90 of those people know you. You only know about 60 of them. So a lot of times you will get approached by people that know you. It might be from social media, and you don't know them. And they're like, oh, hey, good luck with your son's baseball tournament this weekend. You're like, oh, thank you. And you walk away like, who was that? It's life. It's all good, right? Nothing wrong with that. So it seems like he lives that type of life. And those people that know you, that you don't know, they can't wait to strike up a conversation with you. Because, again, they follow you on social media, or they were watching you play sports in high school, or they know you sit on the board and they're always at the meetings, but you guys have never spoke. They've been waiting to have a conversation with you, right? You're interesting. You're an extrovert. You dress well. Your hair is nice. You seem to have a loving family. What does this guy do that I like? He's interesting. I want to talk to him, right? The issue is that because these people have wanted to talk to you for months or years, when they get the chance to have some personal space and personal time with you, they do it. So that's why a lot of you get approached at your kids' games, your kids' practices, Walgreens, Publix, right? Places that you're just going to get something done, man, and you don't really want to talk. They haven't had a chance to talk to you, right? And these are just people that you don't know. Because even people you do know, that you don't have their phone, their contact information, they can't get in contact with you. So every time they see you, they want to talk to you. Now, is this a bad thing? I don't think it is. It can be annoying though, okay? So this man is that guy. So bang, he finds a new gym and he wants to join. Now, most of us, if there's a new gym that opens up in our area and it looks amazing, and it's the biggest gym in the area, and it has all these amenities and facilities, we want to check it out. And then when you go, you're like, oh man, they got the sauna, the steam room, whirlpool, the cold plunge. They got a swimming pool out back for the kids. All type of stuff. I'm joining. So like most of us would have, that's what he did. And so at first, it's amazing. You're seeing people you know in there. They're chit-chatting with you. You're like, man, this is pretty cool. Because normally you have to go to events, festivals, concerts, parties, bars to see these people and communicate. Now, I can go see these people. I can get a workout in. But this is where the pivot happens, guys. There's two types of people that are on a health and fitness journey. More than two types, but these two types of people. There are people that go to the gym, and there are people who put their health first. There are people that go to the gym, and there are people that put their health first. He went from someone who was going to the gym to someone who started putting his health first. Because I know that feeling. I've been there. Guys, I worked at gyms, and I wasn't putting my health first. I'm eating cheeseburger subs at lunch. Okay? Delicious, but not putting my health first, right? So when you just go to the gym, you're doing just that, going to the gym. And as long as you go to the gym, you have won. And for some people, that's what you got to do. Let's be clear about that. For some people, that's what you must do. Because you've been in a bad place before. You've broken promises before. You've been overweight. You've been lethargic. You eat horribly, right? You drink, you smoke. So for you, going to the gym is a win. And it's a start. And if you can just stay consistent, if you can just go walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes, it's a win. So when he was doing that, it was okay to talk to people every time he went because it's a big deal. I'm going to the gym. I'm doing better than what I was doing, because I would imagine he came from a place where he wasn't going at all. He wasn't going at all. So he was winning. And he probably saw some progress. Guys, when you go from drinking 3-4 cans of beer every night, and then you reverse that and you start going to the gym instead, you're going to see progress right away. Okay? I didn't say, I'm not meaning to say that this man was drinking beer, but that's just an example of when we change our habits slightly, a lot of times we see amazing results. So that's what he was seeing. And so during this time, he's seeing people that he knows. And he's having these conversations. What happened in sports? What's going on locally? How are his kids doing? How's the weather? And then these people who just go to the gym, they know who just goes to the gym and who puts their health first. Because when they walk in the gym, that's who they're looking for. They're looking for the guy who just goes there to go. They're not looking for the guy who is there to train, who puts his health first, who's counting his macros all day. That's not who they're looking for. Because that guy doesn't have time to talk. And let's be clear, that's okay. That's okay. There's some people that go to the casino, guys, to eat at the restaurants. So that's why they have restaurants. And there's some people that go to gamble, and they can care less about the restaurants. Both people fit. So he was in that lane for a long time, might I add. Because if you're in that lane long enough, guys, people get used to you. They know what time you come. Oh, here comes Andrew at 6 o'clock. Can't wait to talk to him about the Pirates last night. I wonder if he's watching Monday Night Football. Can't wait to ask him. They're at work thinking about talking to Andrew when Andrew gets to the gym. Huh? So something happens with Andrew. Everybody hits this pivotal moment in their health and fitness. For some of us, we break up with someone. We get a divorce. For some of us, we lose a job. For some of us, we go to the doctors and they say, hey, you're pre-diabetic, my boy. You keep playing around, you're going to be in here with the needle. You hear me? So we all go through these pivotal moments. And because of that, we start putting our health first. Right? So obviously, that happened with Andrew. He decided to put his health first. So now he's meal prepping. Now he has a bedtime. He and his wife take a walk after dinner, 2-3 miles. Changing his habits all over the place. So now he's taking his health and fitness serious. So when he goes to the gym, he's training now. And some people will say, well, Mark, what is he training for? For life. That's the answer. He's training for life. Now he's feeling as though I'm either going to go out of here on top or I'm going to go out of here on the bottom. That's how people, most of the people you see that really train and get to it in the gym, they're training for life because they want to go out on top. And if that going out means 50 years from now, they're going to live the next 50 years on top. And everybody's on top is different. So this is what Andrew figured out about himself. So now he decided, I'm going to come to the gym. I'm going to bust my tail. I'm going to know what I'm doing ahead of time. I'm going to shut my phone down. I'm putting my headphones on. I'm getting through these sets. I'm timing my rest periods. I'm intentional about my reps. I'm writing, tracking down my progress. I'm doing all the things. It's go time. And I applaud him for that. It's awesome. The problem is, most of the people that just go to the gym, that communicate with him every time he go, they didn't get the memo. Huh? And when we start putting our health first, y'all, we don't tell everybody. we don't tell everybody. We start making changes because it's not up for public debate. So he didn't send out that mass email. Huh? So now, when he's seeing Mr. Charles, Casey, Tommy from high school, Cliff, they want to talk to Andrew. But Andrew zoned out. So his issue is he's feeling very guilty about turning away from these conversations with these people because he has grown to like these people. These people respect him. These people are positive to him. They're not doing anything to him, right? They're not trying to pull him down. They're just very friendly, right? And they're used to him being friendly. And guys, when you're a friendly person, it's hard to not be friendly. And I've seen this happen a lot where I'll get the comment, oh, Mark, just tell people you don't want to talk. Oh, just why can't you just ignore them? Well, if that's not your personality, it's not your personality. A lot of you guys are introverts. You don't like talking anyway. And you like ignoring people because you don't want to be talked to. But when you're an extrovert, it's the opposite. You feel weird if you don't speak to people. You feel weird if you're not being nice. Okay? So for Andrew, he's an extrovert. And he doesn't like being mean to people. That's not his DNA. Which makes him a good coach, a good friend, a good board member. Okay? All right. Now, Andrew is struggling because he's saying he's going to the gym. He has his workout planned. He's in a groove of his workout. He's going to get started. And now these people are coming up to him, talking to him, and he doesn't know how to say, hey, yo, I don't have time for that today. Okay? He feels like it's going to be rude. He doesn't want to start turning people off and thinking that he's a jerk. Okay? Now, Andrew, I'm going to help you with a couple things because I myself am an extrovert. Okay? But there are plenty of times throughout the day that I do not want to be bothered. So I'm a situational extrovert. Okay? When I want to be social and talk and be pleasant, I love it. Let's go. Turn the lights on. I'm on stage. But when I don't want to be, leave me alone. So they probably have a word for that. I'm just going to say a situational extrovert. Because I don't like being it all the time. Right? So I would imagine that's what you're dealing with right now. And just to be honest, brother, when I'm at the gym, that's the last place I want to talk to people. It's the last place I want to talk to people. If you see a lot of my videos, I'm in a more private gym or I'm outside for that very reason. Please don't bother me. I don't want to talk, bro, for this hour. So I do understand what you're going through. And you also don't want to be a jerk. So we have to realize a few things about you, a few things about your goal, and then a few ways that you can process this in your mind and start to establish some boundaries, because that's what you need. First of all, realize that you are an extrovert and you are a nice guy, but that you have somewhere you're trying to go, okay? So when we go places, we have to leave things behind. We can't take everything with us. If you go on a road trip, buddy, you can't take your whole closet. You can only take a few items, right? We have to leave some things behind. Also, those people that talk to you in the gym, bro, none of them are in excellent shape. If you really start dissecting every person that you sit and talk to for 20 and 30 minutes at a time, I guarantee you none of them are where you want to be. None of them, bro. None of them. That's always how none of them, right? So you have to pay attention to that and understand there's a reason why they are where they are and you don't want to be there anymore. And there's nothing wrong with these people because they're happy where they are. You're not happy where you are. That's it. And that's okay. So you have a goal, but you're a nice guy. And the reason why they say nice guys finish last, bro, is because nice guys are too worried about hurting people's feelings. That's what I've noticed. They're too worried about hurting people's feelings and what their opinions are going to be. And one thing that I've learned on these many years I've been on this earth, brother, is that you're never going to be able to shape people's opinions of you, okay? Now, you can teach them how to treat you. How to treat you, meaning when they're in front of you, they have to operate in a certain fashion for you to respond or even be around them, okay? But their opinions when they leave you, or the other 23 hours of the day when they're not around you, you can't shape that to think, and you can't change it, and you'll never be able to change it. So I'd say the first rule of thumb as far as being the nice guy and getting to your goals is stop worrying about what other people think of you. How you think about you is all that matters. So if you think you look nice in the mirror, that's all that matters. The 100 people at that event, everybody's not going to say you look nice, bro. I don't care how nice you look. Some people are going to say he didn't look that nice just because they don't like the fact that you look that nice. You understand? They're not going where you're going. So their opinions don't even matter, even if they were positive. Why would they matter? They're not going where you're going. And also, their actual feelings. Bro, you could give someone $100, and that could be the last $100 in your pocket. Do you know that person can walk away from you and feel like he could have gave me $110? Oh, he had $110. He could have given me that. That's how that person feels. That's their opinion. There's nothing you can do about that. Nothing. You gave him everything you could. Still wouldn't matter. So a lot of these people will never know your true intentions or respect them as much as you want. Okay? So, with that being said, this is what you have to do. You have to establish boundaries. Remember how you had to establish boundaries with your macros and your nutrition and your meal prep? Remember how you had to establish boundaries with staying up too late and not getting enough rest? Remember how you had to establish boundaries with going out to eat, drinking, smoking, vaping, whatever it is that you had to put boundaries on, bro. This is no different. You need boundaries. how you establish boundaries. You set them for yourself, and you stick to them, and you don't worry about people's opinions or feelings. So, when these people approach you at the gym, you limit yourself. I got 2 lines for them. 2 lines. I'm going to start with a positive, but the second line, I'm cutting it off. Hey, bro, it's really good to see you. I did watch that game tonight, but let me talk to you when I get done with this workout. Hey, bro, what's up? It's really good to see you. Congratulations on your engagement. I got to get through this workout, bro. I got a meeting after this, so I'm going to have to talk to you later. Hey, yo, I hate to rush you. I was about to get into my next set. I'll come find you when I'm done. This is what starts to happen, because I've done this myself. People start to see you, and they just wave. People see you, and you see them looking at you, and they keep going, because they're like, I don't want to bother him. He's probably in a rush, like the last 3 times I tried to talk to him. He looks pretty serious about his training. See, you're thinking that these people will walk away and say, oh man, Andrew's not a nice guy anymore. What happened to him? Oh my God, he's so selfish. No, they just say he has a meeting to go to. His schedule is tight. His rest periods are small. And I got some news for you, Andrew. I got some news for you. If they don't feel that way, who cares? Because when you step on a scale, when you look in the mirror, when you take the progress pics, when you measure, who's left with the results? Who's affected by the results? You, sir. Not them. Not them. Because they're happy where they're at. You're not. So their feelings and opinions, very small. In the grand scope of things, bro, very small. 1 line to be nice, 1 line to cut the conversation off. You keep establishing these boundaries. When you see these people when you come in, no longer are you stopping to talk to them at the treadmill. No longer are you standing in the locker room. No, give yourself a limit. Oh, I'm out of here in 3 minutes no matter what. I don't care how many questions bro ask me, I'm out of this locker room. Now, I would say try to change the time that you're going to the gym, okay? Because there are times that are popular times at every gym, right? And there are times that are low traffic times. You might not be able to do that, but that is a great suggestion as well, but you still will need to establish the boundaries, okay? Because I'm imagining you're getting into this more places than just the gym, but we're just talking about the gym today. When you establish these boundaries, my brother, people start to treat you according to your boundaries. If you're the guy that walks into the party and you take shots all night, guess what people start doing? They start bringing you shots. He's the shot guy. I was once the shot guy. I know how that feels. They just bring you shots for no reason. Actually, it isn't the fact that there's no reason. The reason is because I was always taking shots. But when I became the guy who is not taking shots, they stopped bringing me shots. So the change is within you. I think you know that. You just didn't know how to execute it. We have to establish the boundaries. And it's okay to say to somebody, hey, bro, yo, I would love to talk to you about that game last night. I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to inbox you on social media. As soon as I leave here, I'm going to inbox you. Some of these people, you might even have their number. Hey, yo, I'm going to call you as soon as I leave. Everything that you talk about at the gym can be talked about after the gym. Unless somebody is saying, can you help me with this exercise or this movement? Because I don't know how to do it, but I saw you doing it. You look like you're pretty proficient. Can you help me with this? That can happen. I'm going to assume that's not what's happening to you. Okay? Establish the boundaries. Realize you have goals. Stop worrying about people's opinions. You can't affect how people feel about you. They're not going where you're going. And it's always going to be this way. If you have lofty goals, my boy, people are rarely going to understand it. They're rarely going to understand the methods. And guess what? They shouldn't. If everybody understands your methods and methodology and your goals, then they're too small. So when it comes to this health and fitness thing, bro, we got to go balls to the wall, homie. We got to go balls to the wall. And we got to do what's best for us. So you have to do what's best for you, because you don't want to look back 2 years from now and say, I made no progress. You ever look back on a year and you're like, oh, I wish I looked like I did in 2020. Oh man, if I could just get back to where I was in 2020, instead of being the person that says, man, I'm in the best health of my life. You ever hear people say that in their 50s? You ever hear people say that they're 49, 45? And you're like, how is it possible that they're healthier than they've ever been? Because they continue to get better. And one of the ways they get better is establishing boundaries inside and outside of the gym. So, brother, I think I've given you a pretty decent blueprint, and I know that people have put some suggestions and some opinions in the comment section as well. All right? So make sure you follow them and get back with me, bro. Email me in 30 or 60 days and let me know how it's going. Now, if you have an email or a situation, just like Brother Andrew, please don't hesitate to email me at coachmark22@gmail.com. That is Coach Mark with a C, 22@gmail.com. Also, if you are someone like Andrew and you've been going through situations like this and a letter is not going to do it, you feel like you need someone to personally coach you, guide you through your programs, your nutrition, your habits, click the link in the bio, guys. Schedule a free consultation where we'll talk about it. We'll try to figure out if I'm a good coach for you, or if you need someone else that might be more qualified or just a little bit different than me. All right, but click the link. You'll never know until you schedule the consultation. All right, so this is your guy, Coach Mark. This is Lunchtime Logic. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys and share some knowledge. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Transformation Station.